Hello, Pat Skeets here from meandmycricket.com. I'm doing a album share today. This is just, I scrapbook my life in chronological order, so this is just an assortment of pages from, I guess it's fall and winter and into the spring. And at the end, there's a few pages of me when I was young. So, anyway, I keep them. I don't have very many pictures of me, so I keep them in a folder, and once in a while I'll pull one out or something and I'll scrapbook it when I want to change from what I'm doing. So, okay, so now one of my granddaughters is a cheerleader. She's really into cheer. So they had a competition, the Nationals in Niagara Falls, Canada. And so we went to Niagara Falls to see her at this competition. Wow, those competitions are something else. Anyway, they're amazing. But she's quite young, and their costumes are animal print with gold. So that gave me the theme for this page. And so I found some pretty frames to put the pictures in. And I did Miss Kitty as a cheerleader. There's an image. Hello Kitty, with pom-poms and in a cheer skirt, so that was funny. And then I found this great cheer horn. So I love the images that I was able to find for this. And then I just did the title in a big banner up top. And ran a border underneath, a black border all underneath here. So it was really cute to see the kids all dressed up and all their makeup. They're absolutely amazing, the things they can do. So I'm going to, at this convention, it was in Niagara Falls, so we did, whoops, other things too. Anyway, here's the girl who's the cheerleader. There she is doing a pose. And this was their team. They were the cheetahs. So I used an animal print paper here. And because I had the animal print on the paper, I just did the cheetah in a silhouette. So I had fun with the animal print paper. And I just found some flags for cheer. And this cat with the glasses, this image came up while I was looking for this cat, and I thought it was really, really cute. I just had to use it. It was too funny. I love the cat. Anyway, this is the trophy they won, and she got this blanket thing for a gift. There she is with her little sister in her cheer outfit. They look so old with the makeup on. They actually put glitter on their eyes. It's shocking. Anyway, I found a trophy because she had such a won one. It's huge, that trophy. Anyway, I did a nice big trophy there. So, oh, this is a cheetah print border. I punched this out. I have a border punch. That's an animal print. So that was fun. It's always fun doing the cheerleading and the sports that they do. There's nice themes. Okay, so this is Niagara Falls. As I said, we were there. So Niagara Falls is this wrought iron fence. I have a picture of my mother in front of that railing. I have a picture of me when I was little, about 3 or 4, in front of that railing. I took my son and took his picture in front of that railing, and because we were there, I made my granddaughters each pose in front of the railing. So now I have like my mother, me, my son, and then 4 generations of pictures in front of that same railing. So because it was a scrolly thing, I just found a fancy scrolled image that looked a bit like an iron fence, and there too for a border. I used another scroll image here, and this was the Niagara Falls lit up at night. I guess all different colors. So that's kind of a simple page, but it was sentimental to me. And okay, so the kids were going to see Disney on Ice, and so they had pennants and whatnot. Here they're holding a pennant, so I did a pennant, a Disney pennant, and then I did the Olaf from Frozen, because I figured there'd probably be some. Oh, there's Olaf on the pennant right there. So I just did a winter theme with images from the Frozen cartridge, snowflakes and that. This is torn. Anyway, I have snowflakes, snowflakes, snowflakes everywhere. And a cute Olaf. That's fun. I even put snowflakes on the photos. Just did a big border at the top. That's all. And now, the younger granddaughter, she does, she's quite the acrobat, and she loves gymnastics and that. So after doing a few years of it, she didn't want to do it anymore, so they found circus performing arts for her, and she just loved it. So here she was doing on the balance beam in some of these photos, and they learn everything. They learn to ride a unicycle and spin a plate on a stick. They were doing all kinds of circus acts and that. It was great fun. So on this page, this was printed on the paper, the bear on the tightrope riding the bike. So I added the title up there. This is from, I'm sure it's from Carousel. Looks like it. And I found an image of a girl on the, well, I think she's doing ballet on the floor, but my granddaughter was walking on the balance beam in one of these photos. So found circus images, and then I have this pad of circus paper because I knew this was coming up. When I found that pad, I had to buy it. So that was perfect. I just made a great big border with that, and I cut the elephant trunk there and sliced it and tucked it underneath. So I just used a double mat for my photos and made them, they pop with a bit of polka dot there with a small print. Stripes make a cute mat too. They make the photos pop. Angled stripes too. And here's more pictures of her in her class. I just love watching them, although it is a bit scary. They're up on high trapezes and everything. So, anyway, this is just another circus page I did. I used this border from my circus paper, and then found some, I cut this off another sheet. I think that's the same bear that was on the other one. I just added that for a border there, and found some circus images to put on this page. This is a sticker. Yeah, I didn't make that. But these are Cricut images. And just did all the bright colors in the paper here for photo mats. Cute. And now we have Easter. Okay, the kids came. This is at my house. So they came for a visit. Must have been March break. And so we had Easter here. So I have this Easter paper. I don't have a lot of Easter paper. This is all what I had, and that was it. Don't get to take Easter photos much. So I cut out a few extra eggs and lifted them up on top to give this dimension. And then I found these eggs in Design Space, and I piled them up there. Found Elmo at Easter. I have all the Disney cartridges and the Sesame Street, so I found Easter images there, so I was delighted with them. I just made them into the colors of the papers that I was using here. And a cute title, Happy Easter. That's their cute puppy dog. Okay, now this is in the spring, I guess, when my granddaughter came to visit. Oh, it might have been the same visit. We take them to the bridge. They like to go to the river all the time. We're right at the mouth of the river where it spills into the lake. So there's lots of water around us, and this big ships come through here all the time, so they like to see the big boats. And so I used Kiwi Lane, 3 patterns. This one is my main multicolored print, and then I pulled the green from there and the purple from there. So that made for a nice outdoor setting. They're at the edge of the river there on the rocks, throwing stones in, I think. Anyways, it's under the bridge. This is the bridge that crosses the border. And that's the United States over there and Canada on this side of the river. So we're quite close to the border. And well, that's a simple page. I cut some of the pictures in circles and ovals so they wouldn't take up so much space, and I could fit them on top of the border down here, so I could fit a lot of photos on the page. Now this was at the river as well, and one of my granddaughters was wearing a jacket that was this buffalo print. So there was no other red on this page at all except for her sitting at the water with this red jacket on. So I just repeated a little bit of red over here, and all this wouldn't show so much with the picture. So she's at the shore, so I did a seashore thing with shells and starfish and that. I like the seashell border. I tucked, this is the shell circle punch, Martha Stewart. I cut it in half and tucked half up here and half below. Behind the Kiwi Lane borders, I just inked the edges of them. So I put one down here and flipped and did one up top. And I absolutely love this page. It's quite simple, but it's dramatic. I guess I like the dramatic. There are Design Space links for all these pages at my website. There's a link posted below, and these you'll find them in Everyday Life Scrapbook number 4 on my website. Or sorry, Everyday Life Scrapbook 41, not 4. So you can go there, and there you can copy any of these layouts if you like them. So this monkey climbed up this post thing. It was quite high. It was over our heads. She climbed up when we weren't looking and wouldn't come down. So we just started taking pictures of her up there. I thought it was cute. So I found this tree because she climbs everything. I found this lovely image and I thought I'd like to use it here. And it has a heart in it. So I just filled in the heart image with a paper that I used for these flowers. And then I did sprays of flowers, did a background here that's, I don't know, hearts, all kinds of hearts over here, and the heart with the tree. They're probably from the same cartridge. And then I love Miss Kitty, Hello Kitty, so she had flowers too, so that's why I picked this image. And then I just poked one on top of the photo. I just parked it up here. It was cute, overlooking the picture. I used this paper over here too. I like this page too. Whoops, I'm looking this way. Now this is going to take a bit of explaining. This is in my garden. I have a perennial garden, and this was photos of my peonies in bloom. So they're white. So this was pictures of them. But also in that garden, there is a mushroom. It's a crystal mushroom that I made, and I sit it in my garden each summer. It's a crystal vase that I turn upside down, and then a big crystal serving bowl that I turn upside down on top of the vase. And it's shaped then like a mushroom. So I had a photograph of my crystal vase, and that's why I embellished with all the crystals here. I had it photographed here, and so that's what inspired the mushroom border, which really doesn't look like it belongs on this page, but I pulled from my photos. So these are the peony flowers and the mushrooms. So I used, because it was all green in the garden and that, I love this paper. I just picked paper that I love and made this pretty page. I like the black and white background too. That's kind of sharp. This is a circle. Again, the Martha Stewart circle punch. It's a different pattern. I have quite a few of those. They don't sell them anymore though. Anyway, I embellished it with diamonds because of my crystal vase. And now these are this page would have been my poppies in bloom. I have 2 poppy bushes and plants. And so this would have been all of the poppies in bloom. I love these images that I found. Absolutely gorgeous flowers. I used patterned paper for one of the layers, and it gives them so much shading and depth. I loved it. And then I did emboss the bottom layer as well and inked it. So they look very detailed. And then on these pods, I put a bunch of black and white dots, or just black dots, if you can see that. I hope you can. It makes them look really terrific, I thought. Anyway, I then used little poppies here, here, and here. I think these were stickers that I had, but they looked so much like these images. And I just put little stems, so that would have been right on top of the photo. I lifted these up and put them on top of the photos. Anyway, just popped one of the photos in a circle over here, just for interest. It sort of balances things. And that's one of my poppies. And then one day, a flock of starlings landed in our yard, and they used our bird bath, and there was all kinds of them in the bird bath going crazy. So because they're kind of black and very dark birds, I did the silhouette of birds border on all in black, and then I did a scarecrow because it had black birds on it. I just did it because it went with the colors of this. It was fun. I was just having fun, and I did a bird bath here because this is all pictures of the birds in the bird bath. So then I had these old stickers, and this is a cat, and here's another little kitty cat. So I just stuck those on here just for interest. But this is bottom border is Kiwi Lane, and I double cut it so that it would really pop. It would have some more black showing, and so that it just made for a fun page. I like the scalloped frame, and this is just a cutout from a Creative Memories cutting system. It's one of the shapes. So there's a diamond shape. So I embellished with enamel dots and some flowered gems here and there in places. So it's fun. Be a great Halloween page or a fall page as well. Okay, now these are old pictures of me when I was like 20, 21. I worked for a newspaper, and the photographer needed pictures of this mansion that was being torn down at the Toronto Zoo location. They were going to build the new Toronto Zoo. That's how old I am. It was before the zoo was there. So he asked me if I would go to this mansion and do some modeling, because it would be, the pictures for the paper wouldn't be any good if there was no people in them. So anyway, I agreed and I went, and that is my one and only modeling job, and it paid $0. But it gave me bragging rights, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, so because it's an old mansion and very ornate, I had this long gown. We used to wear long dresses for date night. So in those days. So anyway, I had this long dress that sort of went with the territory. It was in these colors, the dress. So that's why I did this page with these colors. So I used Kiwi Lane all along here, and then a black and a red layer as well behind. And I found these wonderful images. I think they're in Art Deco. And so I thought, this is a modeling gig, so I thought they were posed like models. So I used them, and I just had fun doing it. It was such fun. And then I found this ornate border to use for a frame. So, and then I found an image to go with it up here. I repeated that image down here and put another ornate scroll up at the top of this to create a frame here. I had, a chandelier, because this was a mansion. There's a chandelier here in the photo. So I just had a lot of fun doing this, and I embellished everywhere with dots because there was like little dots in the paper. So lots of enamel dots on this one. It was fun. Lots of fun. So this is pictures of me again. I was like 21 when this was taken. And I remember what I was wearing in this photo, these photos. I had on black velvet hot pants and this white blouse with a ruffle at the neck, and this necklace wrapped around and then hung long, and it was black and red. So that's why I did this page in these colors, and I just had fun with it. I bought the cartridge Groovy Times for when I was scrapbooking my younger years, and so this is the first time I got to use it for a page of me in my younger years. So geez, my hair was thick then. I didn't realize I had thick hair. I always hated my hair. It was so thin, fine. Anyway, this is handmade paper. It's all stitched all over. It's beautiful. And then I had this modern, because this was the 60s, the 70s. This was actually the 70s. It was a psychedelic era and fun. So I had this kind of wild paper, and so I just coordinated some black and white paper because the photos were black and white. And then I found this fun girl image. Yeah, I was wearing short mini skirts at this era and go-go boots. I was wearing go-go boots this day and like my hot pants. So anyway, I thought the title was fun, so I just did it for a joke. Loved the flourish. I thought it just went with the theme of everything and added a border punch here. So it was just a fun page. Now, these are two more photos of me from that same time, that same day, but I had 4 photos, so I decided to scrap them all since there's so few of me. Anyway, I decided to do this one in more of a antique vintage look, so to be totally different from the other one. And in this one I used the Julie Nutting doll stamps, and then I cut out the clothes for them. I bought these dolls thinking they would be perfect for me when I'm scrapbooking my youth, and I picked this one because she has go-go boots on as well. So anyway, I just did, they're 8 by 10, so they're hard to scrap and make a page look pretty. So I just did a larger mat on it. I trimmed them as much as I could, and then did the large mat, and I added this is a punch that makes a frame, and so I cut it in half and put it on each side and balanced with the scrolls. And this is just stickers on here. These are all stickers and a border that matched. bought border. So there's not, I don't know that there's no Cricut on this page at all. Just the fun dolls. So I had streaked hair from the time I was 16. My whole life. So anyway, that's the end of this album. So you can copy any of these pages if you like. Thanks for watching and happy scrapping.